Well now, trolls, A-logs, shitposters, Beezers, Kiwi farmers, and all other miscreant degenerates that exist within the cyberspace that we inhabit. We have a very, very special person here today to go over quite the filthy old brat hog that we've come to know and love. This man is one that is very, very special to me as a internet retard documenter expert that I am, that I purport myself to be. He has, whoa, your hair! Yeah, what up? I cut it, because I realized that I had, in fact, started to troon out a little too hard there, and witnessing our boy Peetz here and his degeneracy unfold in real time online made me realize that I really have to, get my life together and sort shit out. Am I looking paused? Yes, I am recovering, in fact, from long hair is hot on dudes. Yo, nigga, you gay as hell, nigga, you gay as hell. I'm still recovering from my brush with death here. But this is important shit that needs to be spewed out to the masses. Peetz of my mind, the prospective lolcow. Where's the cage and necklace of the bells? Oh, fuck. I barely had time to throw all this together. I just barely crawled out of bed here to deliver this. I'm so gay, guys. Whatever. So, this prospective lolcow comes from a very, very weird corner of the internet that most people like you and me would not even be aware of. Peetz of my mind is someone that you probably won't stumble across on your everyday treks through the internet. He isn't like a Wings of Redemption or like some other fucking retard. I'm trying to think of a name here. None of you guys can outgame me. Well, fuck, I already have. But this new prospective lolcow, which has thrown himself onto the scene and made himself aware to the world, is kind of the weird fucking specimen that we're about to get into today. I kind of like, for the frickin' Adidas, yeah, like my German camo. It's really hard to kind of speak about this person at length because there really isn't like too much that's like special or interesting about him. He isn't like a Wings of Redemption that'll go on stream and fucking spit out and throw his controller around. He isn't like a Chris-chan who films like separate videos and whose story arc you can kind of follow, day by day. He really kind of exists as like some soy specimen that you can. What's up, Rudy? I thought the femboys locked you and chained you in your basement. Yes, but with my fucking trusty hammer and sickle here, I was able to beat them over the fucking head and escape their evil clutches and come to the gracious embrace of God Jesus and eventually become the Adonis that I was always meant to be. But like, following Peetz of my mind, which I have been following, I have been following this guy for the past few weeks, watching all of his videos and documenting him so the world might experience the gloriousness that is Peetz and perhaps learn from his mistakes. I have come to the conclusion that he is just a boring fucking person, and penetrating him and kind of understanding what he's about as a prospective lolcow is very, very difficult because of how his streams kind of go down. I think I need to provide you guys with an example of what it's like to watch a prospective Peetz video. So we're just gonna pick a random one and skip to a random fucking time zone and kind of go through a bit of it to see what he's like as a person.
So yeah, this
is just a random segment, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, what was that? Yeah, a few years ago, a mental health worker got shot and killed by police
Jesus Christ.
When he was trying to defend his mentally ill patient who was in the middle of the street. You know, they do a lot. There's a lot of stuff. Who I sent to a terrorist attack? Yeah, you know, absolutely there should.
Well, so unlike a Wings of Redemption and a Chris Chan, like I said earlier, Wings will, play video games for the stream, and that's how he provides entertainment to people, and people garner entertainment from him by spamming his chat and joining his Rainbow Six games to fuck with him. Chris Chan has a more structured video output where he'd make a video talking about Jimmy Hill, or perhaps engaging in Liquid Chris, in a guitar contest. So there's an actual kind of structure to what they do, and it's easier to follow them. Peetz, on the other hand, just live streams himself sitting in his chair interacting with chat, and that's primarily the most entertaining thing really about him as a prospective Peetz enjoyer. Is the fact that the content is just him interacting with his stream chat. He really has nothing else going on. He can't escape the A-logs and shit posters that may be trying to fuck with him in his chat. So he can't escape the A-logs and the trolls, because that is the entire I'm repeating myself, but that is the entire thing of the stream. Male feminist build type. Oh fuck, you don't even know, man. We're gonna get into that. But he has nothing else to focus on. Like Wings can just ignore the stream chat and have his mods ban people and just play Rainbow Six. Peetz can't do that because he just has to interact with chat. That's his entire stream. So anyone getting interested into Peetz can interact with the man himself in his stream chat, because that's what it's all about. But that leads to a problem with Peetz, is that he has to interact with the shit posters and retards, some of whom might be bad faith actors. And that leads to a lot of interesting clips here. Because all you have to do is ask him about something, J.K. Rowling, turfism, because the guy is just like soy boy incarnate. That is the most interesting thing about him, really. Not really the content in and of itself, but more or less studying him as a specimen. A man made entirely of soy. Very interesting to dissect. If you ever see a picture of those men holding up their Nintendo Switches and doing that you see on Reddit, all these people crying when Tony Stark died in the Avengers and shit like that. If you're ever wondering what those people act like, well, you need look no further than Peetz to discern that. And it is pretty entertaining to watch him. That is the greatest part about interacting with Peetz, is finding out for yourself what these people are like. So, because he's just simply interacting with chat, that leads up to a lot of opportunities for people to fucking flame him. And that's fucking hilarious. Let's get into
Jesus
some of that.
Christ, you spam! You spamming fucking douche! Fuck off! I have to put on fucking slow mode again just because of you being a spammy piece of shit? Fucking hell! Stop being obnoxious!
It's always a good idea to beg the people in your trolls to stop spamming, isn't it not?
Don't fucking spam! Holy shit, you're a fucking asshole. Spammers are just obnoxious fucking pricks. Sorry, cells on it.
That's another thing about Peetz that you will come to notice after consuming hours and hours and hours of his content. He would hate Bronx Beats. Oh, fuck, man. It's only going to get worse and worse for Peetz. He can't stand spammers, and his way of combating them is by manually blocking them because he has no mods. Manually blocking them because he has no mods, and begging them to stop fucking with him. So that leads to a constant feedback loop where more and more spammers will just come into his chat just to fuck with him and get reaction clips like that out of him. It's pretty entertaining.
Disney has me on strings because I'm boycotting them? Are you a fucking idiot, Dave? I think you might be.
But perhaps the biggest barrier for entry to becoming a casual enjoyer is the fact that his speech pattern is so insufferable and hard to listen to. He'll go on long stretches without saying anything, these pauses as his mind tries to comprehend what to say next. It's pretty fucking insufferable. But before we get into deeper Peetz lore, we kind of have to explain where this man came from. He did not pop out from nowhere because no one would have fucking known about him. He does get like quite a lot of views there. He almost has like 10,000 subscribers. We got like 10,000 views per video. He'll have like maybe like 50 like live viewers in his chat. Whoa, like big numbers there. It was even up to like 250 the past few weeks. Because of something, because he got noticed by the Wings trolls. But that's coming up a bit. Thanks to Josh and Chantel. That was like the first wave. The first wave were the Josh people infecting his streams just to fucking piss him off and bully him and shit like that. But that's nothing compared to the fucking Wings chads that have gotten into him. But so where did he come from? So essentially, there's this fat bitch on fucking YouTube called Foodie Beauty. And she's kind of similar to someone like Wings of Redemption, where she has this entire like trolling community centered around him. Fuck, I'll see if I can find it. Yeah, so essentially she just like films herself like doing nothing really, just like eating and shit like that for fucking 6 hours, you know what I mean? But she has her own dedicated Josh Eternal Love Chantel, yes. Josh is only really interested in this woman because she's a feeder. But she has quite a bit of lore behind her. She has an entire community of people dedicated to fucking with her, like you might see with Wings. But that's kind of out of our sphere of the internet. Straight men like you and me watching this video won't really understand the appeal that this woman has or really have any interest in cyber stalking her. But there is a dedicated community to people interested in this woman. So Peetz essentially was this woman's friend. Yes. Peetz essentially was this woman's friend going back to high school. In fact, they even dated back in the day. They dated and she became pregnant with his child. But they weren't ready at this young age. They weren't ready to have a child. So they had an abortion. And this abortion, this angel baby, fucked up the relationship so badly that they had to break up. But Peetz was not willing to let this woman go free. So he proposed that they had an open relationship. And, that's what fucking happened. She then started, dating other people, such as this fucking black man from Senegal named Bibi. Yes. She's streaming right now. So she dates this man for 8 fucking years. Yeah, it's really not. It's really riveting content, is it not, guys? Holy shit. So, I don't know. It's really not important. They date for 8 years, and Peetz fucking orbits this woman because he has no other prospects of finding a sexual partner or a mate. So, this is the best he can do. So, eventually, they break up after 8 years. Her and this Senegalian man, Bibi, and Peetz moves right back into the house with her because he's just orbiting her. But they're not officially dating anymore. They're just like live-in housemates and whatever. So Peetz kind of always exists in the background of her live streams, talking and like fucking around on his phone. I remember Rudy discussing, Rudy discussing the Photosphere. Get into the hater nation. I'll get you into a rabbit hole. Holy fuck! Get you into a rabbit hole. Holy fuck! Yeah, I was looking at she has a whole fucking nation of people who cyberstalk her and document her fucking existence. Just a few hours ago, I was looking into that, and there was like a live stream of like 4 fucking people, just like talking about what she's doing and like live streaming her fucking like restreaming her fucking videos. It's like crazy. She's like the female Wings of Redemption, like I was saying earlier, and it really doesn't fucking make sense to me as someone who just likes laughing at fat retards on the internet. It's a whole different sphere of the internet, mostly comprised of women. It's just something that like me and you aren't gonna fucking understand. But so Peetz now, sorry, Peetz now, ever being in the background of Chantel's live streams, finally decides that he wants a piece of this fucking live pie to live stream his life to the world and finally get a shred of the attention that he was getting on the fucking Chantel live streams. So he starts his own YouTube channel and begins live streaming. And he starts off with an introduction to his life to tell us a bit what he's about. And we may get a sense of who Peetz is just based on this one video of him explaining himself. He really is like a soy boy consumer incarnate, and it's pretty interesting. So we're just gonna watch like a bit of this fucking video where he introduces himself, and again, because Peetz like speaks really fucking slowly and goes on a lot of like long pauses, we're gonna like speed it up here a bit just for your viewing pleasure. If I could fucking figure out how to operate YouTube. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, this is his video. He now has a chance to stream himself to the world and give people... wow, I blanked out on a word there. Give people a little taste of what Peetz is about himself and why you might want to watch him.
Hello. I should introduce myself. My name is James, and this is my channel. This is my first video, so I thought that the best approach here would be to just tell you a little bit about myself. Some of you probably called me over from Foodie Beauty. She is my best friend and my roommate. So a lot of you most of you probably called me over from there. Some of you may not have. Either way, here's some information about me.
There's a lot of people who haven't followed him over from Foodie Beauty.
So I am currently 36 at the time of recording this. My birthday's in February 1985. So if you're watching this later on, you can do the math to figure out how old I am whenever you're watching it. I've known Chantel for like 20 years. We went to high school together. That's how we met. I am a geek, big comic book reader, particularly Marvel. I am very much a Marvel zombie. I don't really read any DC because I made my decision and I don't have the time or money to get into a second comic book universe. So
in this stream where he has the chance to explain to the world what he's about and what he finds interesting, the first thing he goes into is his love and appreciation for Marvel and why he doesn't like DC. That is where his mind immediately goes to when explaining who he is to the world.
For the record. But I do read a lot of Marvel. I read some indie stuff as well. I'm a big fan of Pretty Deadly, Wicked and the Divine, Die, Snot Girl, a lot of indie comics that just aren't actually going on right now, sadly. I'm also a huge Trekkie, love Star Trek. I have since I was a kid.
grew up on Next Generation, so it's always going to have a spot in my heart. Do also love Deep Space Nine. But actually, I'm really enjoying the modern Star Trek series, Discovery, Picard, Lower Decks. So yeah, I like a lot of the new Star Trek as well.
So yeah, that's pretty much his introduction. He goes on for like a lot longer here.
In general, they're almost all phenomenal. So I love Studio Ghibli. I watched Sailor Moon. I enjoyed Sailor Moon.
So yeah, that's Peetz's entire personality. He first and foremost identifies himself as a consumer. That is his primary hobby is consuming media and spouting it out to the audience. He loves Star Trek and shit like that. That is his primary personality. He's defined by the media he consumes. And there are millions of people like that out there. All those soy boys that you see on fucking Reddit, they act and think exactly the way Peetz does. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. But Peetz himself is pretty boring. He's kind of fucking boring and hard to penetrate as a fucking... You're A-logging this nobody? A-log somebody cool? That's the thing. That's the thing about Peetz. Is that he primarily just serves... Wow, Rudy, you're all melty and sketchy. Oof. Sorry, the chat turned off there for a minute. Peetz primarily serves as a specimen for the downfall of Western civilization. I stare at him, and I don't really see a man as much as I see the downfall of the Volk. It's very, very sad to sit down and actually watch a Peetz video. So, because Peetz... I'm a big fan of your SpongeBob shoulders. What the fuck? SpongeBob doesn't have any shoulders. What are you talking about? Is that a dig there? So, because Peetz is a symbol, yes. he's more or less an idea. You could really write your dissertation on Peetz and really not mention him personally and just talk about the downfall of Western civilization and what exactly went wrong with humanity that would lead to the creation of a man like Peetz. He himself really isn't the show SpongeBob shoulders. What the fuck? I'm having a hard time squeezing out of my Adidas tracksuit there, but we need to continue. Because Peetz himself really isn't the most interesting thing about the channel himself. Trolls have decided to just fuck with the guy because it's very, very easy in order to milk clips out of him. And it continues, Rudy strip show. Yeah, for every for every 10 viewers we get, I will show more of my flesh. You would never want to get into a battle with Peetz? Well, no. The guy can't even fucking crawl out of bed, as most of his streams are done out of like a desperate need to feel fucking welcome and to have an audience to talk to. But unfortunately, because most of the Chantel audience themselves are trolls, and a lot of the people cyber stalking him and watching his live streams are just people from the Kiwi farms. That is the first wave of people that were introduced to Peetz and participate in his live streams. And Peetz is a coffee brand. I don't know what his streams. But I don't know. I think that was pointed out on the forums. So yeah, he starts his own live streaming channel, and it goes about as well as you'd expect. Peetz really is just a soy boy fucking consumer, but the other end of the soy boy axis, is the consumer axis, but there's also the extreme fucking leftism axis. And that comes out whenever someone decides to start spewing any kind of alt-right talking point in his chat. He will predictably fucking spit out and start freaking out. Hold on, I gotta find this clip. I'm very unprepared here, you guys. My brain has been melted. Doesn't take Freud to come to that conclusion. Yeah, but again, it's the weirdest thing about Peetz is that he really doesn't understand that himself. That people will just like spout this shit off to fucking piss him off, so they can laugh at him freaking out. Thoughts on Patrick's Tomlinson $124,000 lawsuit against the trolls? Well, Peetz and Patrick Tomlinson have the same fucking problem where they believe that just shouting at people and getting them to fucking like shouting at people and freaking out predictably will get the trolls to fucking back down once they realize how serious you are about shit. They really are cut from the same cloth. But I'm not too intimately familiar with Patrick Tomlinson as I am with fucking Peetz here. I'm trying to find this. I'm trying to find this fucking clip. So this is like 2 minutes long. So because like all you need to do is like spout off some fucking talking point and he'll freak out. But the problem with Peetz is that he really doesn't fucking understand what he's talking about or why he believes the things he does believe. So it kind of creates an interesting thought process. His three coats are like Chris Chan's. It kind of creates an interesting freak out where he's desperately trying to explain to the trolls in a way that will make them understand how serious he is about this subject, but he really doesn't understand why he believes these things. So yeah, here is someone just mentions like per capita and fucking black people chimping out in his chat, and he needs to thanks. Yeah, I'll look into that guy. I'm familiar with him kind of. But yeah, so someone mentions like per capita and like black people and like coons and like chimping out and shit. You know, just like typical like low effort like trolling shit that you know you might spout off to any kind of like leftist person, but Peetz takes it to heart and he freaks out in a very special way.
That is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen Reject Reacts. You are a total fucking idiot. Like, honestly, that is so stupid. I don't even know where to begin with explaining why you're an idiot. It's just absolutely mind-bafflingly stupid a comment. You do not understand what per capita means, you jackass. Like all politics is like political politics and all that. Learn what fucking words mean, guy. Learn what words mean, you fucking moron. Like that's all I can say is like, like it's just a so stupidly uneducated position.
It's actually pretty interesting to watch him freak out and examine his thought process in real time. It's interesting to watch him freak out like this in real time. You can actually see his thought process unfolding as he freaks out because he really doesn't know what he's fucking talking about. This is just a major critique of Peetz, is that he doesn't know what he's talking about. He is just regurgitating some like Twitter fucking thread that he consumed like while scrolling by at light speed and really didn't have a chance to read it. He is just stuck in this leftist sphere of the internet where the only people he interacts with are other leftists. So it just comes off as like common knowledge that the per capita thing is just bullshit and should be laughed at and mocked. So when he's confronted with someone who's spamming him with this argument that he knows, like it's programmed into his mind that this is false and he should ignore it, he really doesn't have the appropriate arguments because he's not intelligent enough to actually refute the per capita argument. Whereas you might think of someone like Vaush or Hassan, if you were to confront them with the per capita argument, they'd have the intellectual, emotional intelligence, first of all, not to freak out like Peetz just did right here, but they'd actually be educated enough to properly refute this argument. Whether or not they're correct really doesn't matter, but they would not freak out like Peetz did here fucking spitting out because someone just doesn't know, like they haven't accepted that the per capita shit is false like he has. It continues. Let's go.
Right, but like, no, that's not how statistics work. Reject reacts. It's not how statistics work. Like, whether you have 350 million people or 30 million people, per capita is referring to like,
Yeah, so you can kind of see what a disappointing man this Peetz guy is. Holy fuck. And you essentially just saw how he reacts to like every single troll comment that comes his way. You could see his brain. Hassan just presents it slightly better than Peetz. Well, again, that's because like those people actually like stop to like read the articles that they consume and consider gospel. You can see that Peetz there, his brain was short circuiting while he was going over like what exactly that meant, and he didn't have the intelligence to properly refute that argument. So his brain just like short circuit, and you can see that happening in real time as he just runs out of words to say to refute these like trolls and bully jerks. And that's essentially how he responds to every person, every troll that comes into his chat to fuck with him, and just doesn't know the things that he does. It's pretty crazy. But again, all of it's just consumed from like Reddit posts and being like around in this like echo chamber hug box. And there are millions of people like Peetz in the world who act like this. Holy shit. Yeah, this is
Ian's right. I am pro-vax. And in fact, I think anti-vaxxers are irresponsible and dangerous and have blood on their hands. Thoughts on pharmaceutical companies? They're mostly really, really evil.
So there are like tons of clips like this every time, and that's what's entertaining about Peetz, is that you can really get the cognitive dissonance rolling here. In one breath, he's saying that anti-vaxxers are scumbags and like murderers and shit like that, because that's an accepted leftist talking point. But like moments later, you can hear him say that like pharmaceutical companies have blood on their hands and they're not to be trusted. Those are two accepted leftist talking points. But when they contradict each other, he really doesn't have an answer. Ugh, could he be any more stereotypical soy boy? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Just when you think Peetz is done being a fucking soy boy sped, he doubles down and he gets worse. Because for fuck's sakes, just place corporate brands on your forehead. Well, yeah, that's his entire personality, is just like consuming like fucking Marvel shit and like parroting leftist talking points. The guy just like lives on Twitter and shit like that. It's really fucking depressing to see a person like this. So yeah, that's essentially his fucking content. Peetz is a pit of soy. True that, bro. But he doesn't just freak out at shit like that. People spamming in his chat. He has other things that piss him off too. And again, like, he doesn't have like the emotional maturity or the maturity whatsoever to deal with these people properly. So he just fucking freaks out. So this is him. His fire alarm in his house is broken now. And he's having quite the difficult time fucking dealing with this. Whoops.
Smoke detector. The smoke detector is wired into the ceiling. I literally can't get the battery.
So in this stream, his smoke alarm is like running low on power, so it's constantly been beeping. And what would be a minor annoyance to someone that they could just easily get over and just ignore with, or perhaps deal with, Peetz doesn't know what to do besides freak out, and the results are pretty entertaining.
Compartment open. Okay, it. I have tried. Okay, so where are the cats? Where are these losers?
Another thing you'll notice. We'll skip that. Another thing you'll notice about Peetz is that he often interrupts himself mid stream of thought to respond to like someone else in the comments. There's a clip I was looking for where he was like ranting about Alex Jones or whatever, and he interrupts himself mid-stream of thought to respond to someone saying goodnight in the comments. It's pretty entertaining. And again, that's just because like the only thing he really does with his streams is just interact with chat. And again, that just feeds into the negative feedback loop of people just fucking with him constantly.
I have ASD, I'm terrified of driving, got my license, have necessity, but still horrible anxiety. Yeah.
Oh, G-Flop? Really? Is that all I have to do? Wow, I never thought of that.
Not that fucking easy.
How ban happy is he, or does he have his own Jannies? No, he doesn't have his own Jannies yet. He pretty much bans anyone who like misgenders or like does heckin' racism or does heckin' transphobic Reno. Yo, what up, Joey Jojo? We're witnessing Pete's lore. Wow, I just interrupted myself to fucking respond to someone in chat. Yeah, he essentially bans anyone for any like typical fucking leftist talking point, which is why he's kind of fucked now, because like now the Wings trolls have taken a liking to him, and those people have like 1 million fucking alt accounts. So like he really is just gonna be like playing whack-a-mole with all these like trolls in his chat now, that like these people who are really like fucked up and have like taken a notice to him and like started fucking with him. We'll continue.
The way it's wired into the wall means that I can't get the fucking battery compartment open. I have fucking said that so many times.
Skip ahead here a bit.
Simple as just... It is not as simple as just twist it off. I have done that. It's wired into the ceiling. The smoke detector is wired into the ceiling. And where it's wired into the ceiling, like where the wires go into the smoke detector.
Yeah, Sargoy could be the Janny for Peetz there, and deal with all the transphobic bullshit in his chat, bro.
There.
Fucking battery compartment open. Listen to what I said. I cannot get the battery compartment open. Where it is, the way it is set up, the way it is wired, the compartment is inaccessible.
So, Sargoy was snubbed at the Golden Guns. Holy shit, that's... Sargoy really deserves a Golden Gun at this point. So you can see how predictable his reactions to people like repeating themselves in chat are. That was just someone like asking him to turn off the fucking smoke alarm and stop being such a fucking soy boy over and over and over again in his chat, and he really can't fucking take that. What would be a minor inconvenience for a normal person, the smoke alarm going out, you can deal with that easily, just call the maintenance man. You could figure something out or just fucking ignore it. He doesn't have the capacity to do that himself. He's kind of used to like everything being taken care of for him. The man is like 37 years old. He doesn't have his own driver's license. His girlfriend Chantel has to drive him around and essentially be his chauffeur. He said that in a previous live stream. It's really hard collecting clips for this guy because like there are nuggets of gold out there, which is what I think the Wings trolls really aren't prepared for. But they're buried in 3 fucking hours of just him like interacting with like weirdos in fucking chat. But again, that is where the gold is, because he fucking freaks out. Here's a fucking hilarious clip. Most normal people don't fucking freak out when their computers like fuck up. They'll just like calmly try and find a solution to the problem that they're having, but not Peetz. He's used to just things like being done for him and working out for him. And when things don't really go his way, he has really no other way to react than to fucking freak out. So, yeah. So he's trying to film like Mass Effect for some fucking Let's Play, and the software isn't working out exactly the way he'd want to. And this is what happens.
You okay? Are you reading about J.K. Rowling?
Holy shit. So, I love that little soundbite. His freakouts about J.K. Rowling being transphobic are actually real, and something that this woman has to deal with in her personal life. So when Peetz is like freaking out, computer not working, she immediately thinks that he's reading about J.K. Rowling. Fucking hilarious. PPP's transition is coming along well. Holy shit. Yeah, this would be PPP had they stayed together for a few more years. I literally think that Chantel and Peetz have been together for like at least 11 plus years. Let's continue.
You okay?
Yeah, you can hear him like banging his wall and shit like that.
You jerk, no. Are you alright?
A little bit annoyed because it turns out if the Mass Effect that I recorded,
Yeah.
for some fucking reason,
Yeah.
the entire fucking screen is black.
Oh.
Not even the first time it's happened. For some fucking reason, most of the screen is covered up by a big black box.
Oh, that's stupid.
And this woman does not fucking care like at all. She could give a shit less if Peetz's Mass Effect stream has like a big fucking black square in it. But Peetz really has no other social outlets besides this fucking fat bitch here who's just sitting down there like preparing food for herself. So he has no one to go to with this like problem that he has. So he goes down to her and fucking bitches about his game not working. And he does this instead of like trying to like fix the problem himself. That's how he deals with problems predictably. I kind of hate what politics has done to people. Yes. Well, we're living in a world where neo-Nazis have infiltrated our government. So it's immoral to be politically neutral, which is why Peetz gets so fucking pissed off when people don't like know everything that he does about like transphobia and like fucking interracial politics and shit like that. It's fucking crazy. It really is a way for politics was a mistake. Yeah, it really is a way for people who really don't do anything with their lives to feel like they are good people without actually like having to fucking do anything. So fuck. The thing that really makes Peetz special is that like every fucking stream he does is kind of like this. He just interacts with his fucking chat, and if like anyone decides to be rude or anything like that, he will spurg out predictably and fucking send them to ban world. I have a message here. Fuck off. My Troon cord is going off. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Yeah, I saved a lot of fucking clips. Peetz hates South Park. because they portrayed Rob Reiner, the person who runs anti-smoking campaigns, as like a fat, gluttonous retard, which he believes hurts the message of anti-smoking, and how like being a fat fucking retard is not the same as like being a chain smoker. Kind of like not understanding the message of that South Park episode and just like spurting out about that. There are like hundreds of clips that you can garner from all these like Peetz videos, but the thing that's like sucks about Peetz and why it's hard to really penetrate him is because he just like pauses all the time as he's like trying to articulate his thoughts in his head, and ends up just like not really saying anything at all. There was a time in my stream, well, in like one of his streams, where I asked him a question about the police and like homelessness and shit like that, and he just goes off for like a fucking hour repeating the same talking point over and over again. And it's because he really doesn't know much about the subjects that he is so passionate about, besides the fact that they are just like the right thing to believe. But it fucking goes on. It gets fucking worse. Hello, Google. We're talking about fat retards on the internet. So, because Peetz is a typical leftist, glad to see you're back. Yeah, stick around for this entire stream, Google. I know you will. So, because Peetz is a typical leftist, well, I spent most of my time, hey, that's literally me. I spent most of my time, I wasn't actually sick. I was studying Peetz lore and constructing that video I made yesterday and released. That was really the cumulative effort of like 2 fucking weeks of research and shit like that. Gay hoodle. Because fucking Peetz is a typical leftist consumer. He also a male feminist ally as well. He also has the same trappings that you might expect from people like that to be inundated with. It's pretty typical stuff you might expect. He has a past of writing rape fan fiction, which was brought to light. So let's read some of that. Looking into Peet's lore. No wonder you look sick. Oh, Rudy's tired. So, like a typical male feminist ally, he writes rape fiction, starring his favorite X-Men characters. Holy shit. Yeah, let's read a snippet of this. You do not get to make demands of me, Quicksilver, Magneto shouted. I am the master. I give the orders. Of course, Grittu agreed between gritted teeth. I apologize. Magneto thought for a moment. So, he finally said, the lovely Wanda is the source of all these arguments. No, Master, Quicksilver answered. My sister. Quiet, Magneto ordered. Wanda explained why you always seem to be at the center of these fights. Master, Wanda answered. I don't wish it to be the case, but your lackeys, Toad and Mastermind, are constantly harassing me. Why? Magneto asked. Well, because, Wanda stumbled, embarrassed. They spit it out, woman. For sex, Master. She finally told him, blushing. They constantly hound me for sex. Then do it, the villain told her simply. Do it, Wanda repeated, confused. I don't do what? Have sex with them, he said faintly. What? But I don't want to, Wanda protested. But I don't care. I am tired of these constant arguments. It's as if there is only one way to end them. Then you shall do it. Oh God. Peetz is gay. Oh yes. No, he has no interest in men. He is a trans being. With that final statement, the mutant menace waved his hand, and Steel Bonds grabbed the speedster from behind and flew him into a wall, leaving him stuck there, unable to move. Another bond closed around his mouth, silencing before he could protest. Toad and Mastermind looked over Wanda lavishly as they began to slowly approach her. No, she protested. You can't do this to me. This is rape. When I saved your miserable life, Magneto told her, from those pathetic humans who were trying to kill you, you swore to serve me. Frankly, I have found you and your brother's service to be somewhat lacking as of late. You've been holding back against the X-Men. Your inability to stop them from folding my plans has me wondering you might actually be in league with them. No, Master, Wanda denied the accusation. I've always been loyal to you. Consider this a chance to prove your loyalty. Now, enough of your chattering. You are going to allow Toad and Mastermind to have your way with you, or your brother shall pay the price for your indolence. Wanda could not let anything happen to her brother. Even being raped was a small price to pay to protect him. So he had so long to protect her, she trembled in fear as what was about to happen as she ceased her protests. Gehu was debasing himself a longing PvP. Oh fuck. Yeah, what am I doing then? I'm literally reading an X-Men rape fanfiction. Holy shit. Wanda couldn't let anything happen to her brother. Even being raped was a small price to pay to protect her. Toad was on her first, covering her lips with his own sloppy kiss. She instinctively opened her mouth to scream, giving him a chance to shove his tongue into her mouth. His breath, and this is Peetz writing this, by the way. This is his own vision, his own masterpiece. Smelled awful and tasted worse. She gagged when his tongue hit the back of her throat, and she turned her head. Toad licked her face and neck before pawing at her breasts through her costume. She felt her hands grab her ass. Mastermind, of course, nibbled on his ear. It had been some time. It had been someone else, almost anyone else. She would have let out a moan, but now, with him, she tried to recoil from him, but pinned him between the two bodies and had nothing else. Peetz was hard writing this. Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, this is his fantasy, bro. This is happening, my beauty. Mastermind whispered in her ear. It was what he thought was a sensual manner, so you may as well relax and enjoy it, as one of his hands moved around to her front and rubbed at her dry vagina through the coverings. He kissed and nibbled at her neck and shoulder. Toad had removed her pants and rubbed himself against her stocking, covering leg while continuing to grope and suck her breasts. His dry humping quickly made him come, shooting his seed all over her legs. In the horror of her situation, the only thing Wanda could think of was, great, now I'll have to throw out these stockings. Holy shit. And the fucking abuse and the rape goes on. But that is something that has been known about male feminists forever, is that they really do have this like rape fan fiction fantasy going on in their heads. That is why they want to get close to women and shit like that. When writing for women, Peetz's understanding of them is that they'd be more horrified of the fact that they now have to replace their stockings instead of the fact that they're being gang raped. Amazing. His ability to write for women and articulate the intricacies of the female experience is quite astounding. But most people think that's kind of fucked up. So they begin asking him questions about this masterpiece of literary fiction that he produced so long ago, and he reacts predictably when being accused of being a rape apologist.
Talk about politics without losing your shit. It's hard to do that when people are accusing me of being fucking rape apologist. So fuck you to everyone who's ever accused me of being a rape apologist, by the way. Everyone who's ever said that, fuck off, go to hell. Racism promoting pedophilia? Fuck you, Herbie. Go fuck yourself, you asshole. How fucking dare you? How the fuck dare you? Fuck you, Internet T.
It's really surprising seeing someone who has been on the internet for so long, not really understanding that the reason why trolls ask him questions like this is just to get a reaction out of him. So the Spurg out is predictable. Now people know that one of the things you can do to fuck with him is to call him a rape apologist. Because that's the... Thank you. Nice haircut. I did this in the fucking bathroom. I did this in the bathroom with my fucking razor. Because I'm still not allowed to get my hair cut like a normal fucking person. Because I am unvaxxed. Oh, fuck. So, yeah, he's, he spurgs out predictably, and, his fucking, like, his inability to deal with, like, people on the internet is quite astounding, especially for someone, you guys are fucking distracting me, okay? Oh shit. So that fan fiction, now being a male feminist ally, is a huge blight on his reputation, really. He can't, like, you can't be a male feminist ally and be someone who is into rape. You know what I mean? So he goes on to address the allegations. In the comments, you didn't address fan fiction at all. Can't you see the hypocrisy in how you YouTube and Twitter with this in your history? You didn't apologize. You just admitted you wrote it, which we already knew. Come on, be better. I said I wrote it, and then I shouldn't have. I will actually add one thing I've made on Twitter. I do feel the writers should be mindful of what their message and their work send out, but I've certainly never agreed that writers shouldn't use their work to explore their thoughts, even their dark ones. I agree it was wrong of me to write it. I disagree. It was hypocritical of me. Wow. He has dark thoughts in his mind, which drove him to write that rape fiction about Magneto and the fucking X-Men. Excuse me. There are a lot of dark things going on in Peetz's mind. He is a very, very angry man. And he is a depressed one, too. He talks about not being able to get out of bed and being stuck in this rut. There must be a source for his unhappiness. And he finally gets a chance to become happy and express his true self. Where is it? Oh, yes. Rudy can't handle compliments. Yeah, I have extreme self-esteem issues, and I think people are just fucking with me and being bully jerks whenever they try and compliment me. So, something that's been known for Peetz, something that's been known for Peetz, about Peetz for a very, very long time is his obsession with lesbianism and shit like that. One cursory glance at his fucking Twitter, if you go through his Twitter likes, you'll see all the fucking lesbian coomer porn that he likes and favorites, such as shit like this. Some woman being eaten out. This person, Innkeeper Worm, is a notorious lesbian / transgender porn artist who Peetz frequently commissions and simps for on Twitter. More just like lesbian kissing and shit like that. I like this one. That's fucking Cloud from Final Fantasy being like cross-dressed and shit like that. More lesbianism. The signs are out there that there is where's Chantel? Hey KSI, you're in the other stream too. Fuck. That's the thing. Like a lot of Peetz's followers and Peetz appreciators are just people who came from fucking Kiwi Farms. There is someone he'll shout out at the beginning of all of his streams. This guy called Dandy. He's a farmer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he has a few simps, but they're just fucking weirdos and stuff like that. And they've been massively overshadowed by the influx of Wings trolls. He makes this fucking weird video Uh,
So, welcome back to my channel.
he makes this fucking weird video going over all the X-Men characters who should come out as fucking queer. Because again, like, this is the guy's entire fucking life, is he just consumes fucking Marvel content, jerks off to trannies on Twitter. So that's like really all he thinks about. So it's no fucking surprise that he has his own headcanon of characters who should fucking be considered queer.
So, most of the time I try to make my videos, at least a little bit appealing to other people. Storm would also be genderqueer. Obviously, they're not going to do that with the main version of Storm, but an alternate universe version should just be totally genderqueer. Gambit, definitely bisexual. He's definitely taking dick. Rogue, I'm inclined to think is pansexual. She's had too many memories of too many lovers for to have any hangups at this point. Like, all the people whose memories she was she's just accepted that she's pansexual. Also, I think Rogue and Gambit are big on kinks. I figure they either will or
It's so weird.
They are the kinky couple, which I think Kelly Thompson pretty much made canon.
That hairline. So yeah, like, that's this guy's entire fucking mind. He doesn't have any creative outlets really. He doesn't draw. He doesn't write stories anymore. After that Marvel rape fan fiction, I guess he got it out of his system and he was ready to quit. He doesn't really have anything else to do with his life apart from just fantasizing about these like ridiculous headcanons that he has in his mind about like which characters are fucking queer. It has no like basis in reality, but it doesn't just extend to Marvel. No, he applies this standard to like everyone, including the fucking Teletubbies.
Which Teletubby was bisexual? Trick question. They were all pan.
I don't know.
They mandated the fourth vaccine, made it mandatory to get it annually as well. Would you support that? Probably.
You see what I mean? It's just like genderqueer like nonsense and fucking leftist talking points for fucking 3 hours. Oh, his hairline is fucking terrible, man. Like, he has like a bald spot on like the back of his fucking head there. It's pretty fucking bad, to be honest. Pray for fucking Peetz's hairline, but it's fucked. So it's hard to tell whether or not he's being like 100% sincere. If he's like joking with that last comment about like the Teletubbies being fucking queer, because that's like all he fucking cares about, really. He goes on to say Yoshi's bisexual.
Yoshi's totally bi, and he and Berta are dating. So Yoshi is also a trans ally. What do I think about Newt Gingrich?
I don't know. They say that like idle hands are the devil's play toys, and now this man at 37 years old without a job or any friends or any real hobbies is now speculating on the sexuality of Yoshi and Birdo and shit like that. It's pretty sad to see. And again, like I said earlier, Peetz is really just a window into the downfall of Western civilization. That's really the greatest source of knowledge that you can glean from studying this man and documenting his eccentricities, I guess you'd say. Fuck. So, and now we're listening to the deep lore about him. The thing is that like you're looking very Slavic today. Oh, it's fucking. We can go harder. So, now that I've witnessed the downfall of Western civilization, homosexuality, and atheism, I've decided to move myself to Moscow and exist forever as a squatting Slav. this was the greatest decision I've ever made. So, it has been speculated for a very long time. Oh yeah, like he fucking backs like Peetz using his meager paycheck gained from his typical wagey job, spends it on shit like fucking like lesbian like webcomics and like gay shit like that. You know, let's fucking read the description for this. Originally serialized on filthy figments, Nikki Smith's Crossplay is a love letter to fandom, the erotic graphic novel for every otaku who's ever had a convention weekend hookup or just wished they had. Home from college for summer, a group of friends including cosplayer, photographer, Piria, con pal Emily, lifelong and currently transitioning friend Lee, cross-player Sierra, her very supportive boyfriend Tommy, and the mysterious distracted Julian have returned at their favorite con. Incel to Troon pipeline. Well, like this is we should probably off ourselves. Well, this is like Peetz's entire fucking life. And like this is primarily why he's obsessed with lesbianism, is because he wants to live that life of an exciting e-girl who's going out to cons and getting fucked in her boy pussy and shit like that. This is a life that Peetz can really only dream of because he just kind of sits in his apartment doing nothing all day, reading Twitter and shit like that. So these stories that exist on the internet that he finances are merely an opportunity for him to vicariously live through cartoon characters. And that mentality and that lifestyle can have fucking disastrous consequences. So, like, Peetz really isn't a fucking man at all, and that reflects in his choice of media that he does consume. A cursory glance at Peetz's Steam profile, you'll see that it's full of, like, nothing but, like, these retarded indie dating sims, like Mass Effect really being the only game here. So if you know how Steam works, it lists your games alphabetically. So like you'll see it starts at the F right there and goes down to M. So there's no actual games that like any kind of like actual man would enjoy here. Like there's no Fallout, there's no Grand Theft Auto, there's no like Call of Duty here. There's no like Hearts of Iron 4 or like whatever. All the fucking games he plays are just like these retarded like dating simulators with like Tumblr art styles and shit like that. You know what I mean? He needs Alien Soldier, Boyfriend John. Yeah, no CS:GO. He has like no first-person shooters. If you've seen him play Mass Effect, like it's just fucking pathetic. Like damn it, it's not really worth it to go through his Mass Effect stream. But it's kind of like the similar shit that you see in his typical live streams. Him just pausing to read every fucking codex. The guy can't like talk and like play the game at the same time, so he has to like stand still and just like speak his fucking mind about shit. His aiming is like atrocious. That's because of his mongoloid like fingers and shit. The guy has like difficulty eating, like holding a fork. He holds a fork like this, like a fucking caveman would. It's pretty depressing to see. So yeah, I would pay to watch Peetz play Elden Ring. He needs to find God. Oh fuck, bro. I don't think he has depression, but he needs to find God. Well, bro, he thinks religion is a method for people to control the masses, and he is a free thinker. So he really doesn't need religion or any kind of guidance in his life. He's kind of good figuring things out for himself. He has this like dating sim about like growing up, so he can like relive the fucking true life he never got to live, shit like that. So yeah, that's like he has real no masculine expression in his life. Yeah, people were asking him to play Elden Ring. He needs to be controlled. He's not doing well on his own. Yeah, people were asking him to play Elden Ring in his last stream. He needs to be controlled. Yeah, I was thinking about this. Like, the guy just, like, he gets pissed off at people for not wearing masks and, like, not getting fucking vaccinated and shit like that. These are all just accepted talking points from the government. He really has, like, no identity for himself and shit like that. And I was thinking about this, like, that really is, like, the majority of, like, a lot of people that fucking exist in this world. The government could just come up to his door and say, well, hello there, Peetz. You're going up north to mine fucking cobalt up in, like, the fucking mines of Yellowknife and shit like that. And, he'd just fucking go along with it because, like, he really doesn't have, like, any, like, spine of himself to stand up on or any kind of convictions for himself. So he would just be shipped out to, like, Siberia or, like, wherever the fucking people's government needs him to go, and he'd be a little bit upset about it. But as long as he has internet connection and a cell phone to browse fucking, like, Tumblr on, he's good. That's really all he needs in his life and shit like that. So, he thinks we'll need to wear masks for the next 3 years. Oh, fuck, I have a... yeah, here it is.
I think we're messed up. The mask mandates have been removed. Like, the mask mandates are no longer in place legally. But from a moral standpoint, wear your fucking masks. How much longer? Probably a good few more years, given people still don't wear their fucking masks, given how irresponsible people continue to be.
Like, that's how pissed off he gets at people, such a feminine beard, oh fuck. That's how pissed off he gets about people not wearing their fucking masks and not being good guys to the fucking government. Like, he really is, like, the perfect specimen that people are, like, the government really is trying to create. He'll work any job he's really told to if he doesn't have a choice, and he'll just blindly follow whatever legislates and orders he's given by the government, well, because, they know best, and it's for the fucking greater good. You know what I mean? It's all about controlling other people, wear your mask, take your shot, etc. Yeah. Like, Peetz, for as much as he hates the fucking police, this guy really would revel in the power that they give him as an institution. He really wants to force people to wear masks and get their fucking vaccines and shit. Like, sometimes I do feel sorry for him and shit like that, but I have to remember he is the exact type of person who would line you up against the wall for, like, like, denying the science and, like, refusing to buy an electric car and shit like that. He really is as predictable as they fucking come and shit like that. You know what I mean? So, being as predictable as he is, given his lesbian fetishism, his obsession with, like, Tumblr and like, porn and shit like that, something terrible happens. Peetz decides to fucking stream himself shaving for, like, whatever reason. This just comes out of the blue. He decides to get rid of his most masculine feature, his beard. And that's because, just a scared little man, fuck. Yeah. Well, again, like, he hates the police and, like, he hates the government and shit like that, but he authority and power to put the fucking boot down on you for not getting vaccinated or for spewing transphobia on Poland and shit like that. So, yeah, he shaves. I bet he doesn't have a channel you're about to see. So, yeah, he fucking shaves. He shaves his face, his most masculine feature, like he's never fucking done before. And the next day, this is the stream he embarks on. Halloween live with Ramona.
No makeup, because I don't even know how to do makeup. Look, it's a dress. I still got my boxers on underneath. Kix, you might want to maybe just refresh.
Bro, like, look at his teeth. Dude. Like, he looks like a Wallace and Gromit cartoon character. So, now Peetz has started fucking dressing up as a woman to do his streams and stuff like that. Imagine being his parents. Oh my god. Like, like, fuck. Well, first of all, he was raised by his mother. His father was not in the picture at all. He moved out to Alberta, which is the most conservative state in Canada. So that probably plays into why he doesn't like conservatives and why he hates them as much as he does. Buffalo Bill. Oh fuck. So it starts off with him just playing this Ramona character and like having his dress go spinny around and shit like that. But his, it's very predictable what'll happen next. And this has been decades in the making. Peetz, like a fucking idiot, uses the exact same screen name for all of his live accounts all of his accounts on various websites going back decades. Do you think Peetz has the depth of character to have his own sagas and arcs like great other locals, or a status of being a locale astroturfed and he'll be completely forgotten? The Troon arc, I guess that's hard to say. Again, because Peetz really only just live streams himself to the internet and just interacts with chat. So I doubt we're gonna have like an arc like that Chris Chan had, because like he really doesn't interact with like people online apart from just people in his chat. I don't think we'll see like Chris Chan arcs come out of him. And I think his status as a fucking lolcow, similar to Wings, will be very, very weak. Just because he really doesn't he doesn't interact with the internet the same way that Wings does. I think that if he's trolled like too thoroughly, he'll just quit. But he really does enjoy having this platform because it's an opportunity for him to ban people and shit like that. So he'll have. Yeah, he only has one arc, which is a tranny arc. I don't know. It's more like before death and after, before Christ and after death kind of thing. We have before Troon and after Troon. But like I was saying, his Troon arc, because he uses the same fucking screen name for like all of his accounts. All the farmers had to do was type it in to fucking Google and like find all the websites he's been posting on. And this is what they came out with. So this is Tiamati is his screen name. So I might be trans, not totally sure. I need to talk with a therapist about to sort out my feelings and figure out myself. But it's a very much distinct possibility. You'd think if anyone were to know, wouldn't that be you? Yeah, so he can't even like decide his own life for him. He needs to go to a fucking therapist and have them like tell him what to think. You'd think, but feelings are tough and messy, and sometimes you need help figuring them out, especially when it's something that involves a massive shift in how you view yourself. And it would lead your life to becoming wildly different. So yeah, something I need to talk to a therapist about. So, and that's from 2018. So these feelings in his mind have been brewing for quite some time, and Ramona was just an opportunity to express his true self in a way that had some plausible deniability and shit like that. So, it was very much obvious to everyone on the internet the second he decided to put on the $2 fucking dollar store wig and become Ramona, what was like down the fucking pipeline and shit like that. So this guy recommends, because he's saying that he wants to be trans. This friendly internet stranger recommends to him that he should cut out all soy in your diet as soon as possible, eat more bacon, and try to harmonize giving less of a shit. This man is attempting to save Peetz from his own disastrous self from 41%ing, but he really doesn't know how far gone Peetz is. What exactly are you trying to say in this post? The implication that if I eat like a man, I'll get over being trans? That sure sounds like something, that sure seems to be what you're trying to say, which is also suggests that you think there's something wrong with being trans. So what are you trying to say, Gino? Yeah, blah blah blah. So yeah, people can try and help him steer away from being trans, but his mind is made up. He wants to take the titty skittles and become the cute fucking rainbow glitter princess he was always destined to be. So yeah, his mind is set on becoming a girl. And it all comes out with this fucking announcement that he releases on YouTube. It's pretty bad. It's like 13 minutes long as well. This guy cannot fucking articulate himself in a cohesive manner.
Went down to see my mom today. She's just getting some things from Shepherd's Drug Mart. I figured while she was there, I'd use this opportunity just to do some quick recording. So yeah, so my mom and my brother. My brother made shepherd's pie for supper. It was quite good. My mom made me some birthday brownies. And good, they're good brownies.
Get to the point, Peetz.
While I was there, I decided to tell my mom and my brother that I am questioning my gender identity. Yeah, so that was the big secret.
Yeah, so to the complete surprise of no one, Ramona wasn't just a tee-hee-hee funny little thing. He's gonna be so scary when he's already started cross-dressing, bro. You're telling me this isn't fucking terrifying as fuck? That's kind of the weird thing. He mentions here that like he had Chantel tell his mother for him that he wanted to tune out and shit like that. So like, holy fuck, man! Like, that's what happens without father. These are the types of people that fatherless households create. Really, Peetz is so much of a fucking pussy. He wasn't even man enough to tell his mother himself that he wanted to tune out. He had to have someone else do it for him. Holy fuck!
The big thing I wanted to tell her about. Wanted to make sure that she knew before I talked about it on the internet, just because that's it didn't feel right. Like it felt like it would have been wrong to talk about it to complete strangers on the internet, to people on the internet before my mom knew. So I wanted to make sure she knew before I announced it on Twitter or on YouTube. So yeah, now you know. I was going to talk about this on my live on Sunday, and I'm sure I still will. I'm sure I'll be getting lots of questions about it. Honestly, it's not something I'm really entirely comfortable talking about as it is.
So yeah, fuck. Yeah, he mentions here that like Chantel, like somewhere in here is fucking 13-minute long video.
Feelings related stuff, but just the same. Yeah, I thought that's been going on for a few years now. Yeah, a lot of you out there have already speculated about it. Have already guessed it.
Yeah. Oh god, I wonder how they fucking guessed it. Could it be all the Troon shit in your Steam library? Could it be the fact that you literally cross-dressed as some woman for fun? Any excuse to fucking dress up as a girl, right there, Peetz? So yeah, he fucking dresses up as a woman, and he gets an erection when he puts on the dress. So now he wants to become a girl, and like this is really fucking depressing, because again, like. The guy has stated in the past that like he's depressed, he doesn't get out of bed and shit like that. So he really thinks that like deciding to become a woman will like fix all of his fucking problems and shit like that, and will like alleviate his depression now that he's like finally fucking accepted the fact that he's a woman. But fuck, man, like shit. He's gonna make like the ugliest fucking one. He wants to become a librarian too, so he really has the body and he really has the body to become like some female librarian. So maybe he'll fucking fit in there. Who knows? With his like bald spot and like his like fat gut and shit like that. His depression will not be alleviated by deciding to become a woman, because he won't be the cute Yuri anime femboy. like thing that he sees in all these like porn comics that he masturbates to. That reality is completely inaccessible for him, and he'll just never achieve that. However, people have speculated in the past that the reason why he decided to tune out was because, like, depressed males are like a dime a dozen. They're completely worthless. No one really cares about them. But now he's decided to become transgender, and now he has this entire community of trannies who will offer him moral support and fucking hug boxes to continue their transition and to offer them moral support, which he wouldn't have had as a man continuing forward in his life. So really, like that that's part of it now. He's part of an oppressed group, and he can attribute all negative negativity directed towards him as a transphobia that can just be like swatted away and shit like that. It's pretty ingenious. Like, it's pretty ingenious, this strategy that he's come up with. So fuck. Yeah, like, I don't know. That's kind of the state of Peetz's content. There's like so much that I fucking have. But again, it's just like predictable shit that you might fucking expect from like some like soy boy, like a Reddit leftist, and like that's why he's kind of hard to penetrate. It's what I do. But it's only gonna make his life worse. Like, deciding to fuck, he'll never be like a cute fucking girl. The HRT never bring out like a fucking female in him. It'll just make his bitch tits even like bigger. You actually gain weight when you get put on estrogen, so it's gonna exacerbate that. It's not gonna regrow his hairline, so he'll just be like some hormonally fucked up man, spitting out into his fucking camera, like not doing anything with his life, just sitting in fucking bed all day, scrolling through Twitter. That's essentially his fucking life. And that's why his live streams are so fucking boring, because he really has like nothing going on. There's no like subject that he's talking about with each one of his videos. All of his like fucking reviews, where he like talks about like books and like movies and shit like that, are like really fucking boring. He can't really articulate why he likes things. He just like knows that he likes them. It's pretty fucking depressing to see. He gives advice out to people sometimes, but it's just a typical shit that you might fucking expect from a person. That's why I did play the last 2 minutes of his newest video where he calls it a revolution. Oh my god. His fucking trans day of visibility video. Again, it's like 40 minutes long. And he talks about, yeah, sure, we'll play the last 2 minutes of this.
Hello, welcome back to my channel.
Sure.
So yeah, like I said, very glad I live in Canada where I don't have to worry about most of this shit. I'll always have the, like I said, Canada does have people who want to ban trans women from existing in public. But they seem to be a lot less powerful here than they are in a lot of other countries. And I'm very, very happy for that.
Yeah, he hates England. He hates England for being like, the transphobic fucking island. Like that's his metric for how he judges a country, is how well they treat this very small, like, insignificant minority of people that really don't fucking need to exist in the first place at all. If this person had anything like going on in his life besides being a coomer, he probably wouldn't be transgender in the first place. Yep, trying to get the base out of the trans community so he can document its transition to be a hero for the community.
Yeah.
That's really what it feels like.
Why vigilance is important. That's why we need to keep fighting. That's why existing as trans is a revolutionary act. It is an act of rebellion.
Holy fuck.
I'm looking forward to joining that, and I'm looking forward to joining that rebellion, honestly. Yeah, the other day when my friend mentioned that she was pretty sure that the hormones in Canada are free.
Yeah, so now he can actually fight for something and stand up for something for once in his life, instead of just being a like non-confrontational pussy. He can actually fight for something that matters in his life. He can finally be a part of some fucking revolution by deciding to become a tranny. Holy shit, bro.
The thought that went through my head is, holy shit, this can be as real as I want it to be, and doesn't have.
Damn. Rebelling by doing exactly what society wants, but again, like fuck, it's really like it's really the most perfect thing you can fucking imagine, as some globalist leader who's decided to put forward like transgenderism as this identity. It's an actual thing you can fight for. Instead of fighting against the government or fighting for like anything that fucking matters, now you can be like in your mind. You finally satisfied that urge to fucking live for something, being a fucking trans person. Holy shit, bro. Damn. So like, that's we're starting to get an idea of what's going through his mind becoming a transgender woman. It's one part like pornography, it's another part he wants to alleviate his depression, he wants a hug box community, and he finally wants to be a part of some community where he feels like he's fighting for some sort of social change or whatever. He can't help homeless people because that's actual fucking work. This transgender movement allows him to actually fight for something by just like existing in his fucking room and shit like that. Same thing with Chris Chan, really. Chris Chan seemed to tune out for a completely different reason. Chris Chan, I think, tuned out because he's like extremely fucking autistic and retarded, and wanted to be part of some community. And he was actually, he's welcome in some community of fucking freaks that would just tolerate anyone who was fucking weird. So Chris actually got that. Peetz, it seems a lot more like self-serving and shit like that. He loved the support though. Yeah, I guess. Trannies really aren't that different from each other and shit like that as to, like, why they fucking tune out. Holy shit. I don't know. There are a few more like Peetz clips that we could go over and shit. We'll do a few more before moving into the final segment. Yeah, they're all the same. Well, like, fuck, man. Like, I don't know. Fuck it. I don't know. It seems like a lot of trannies do just tune out. I don't know. A lot of them like kind of like seem to be a bit different. Like they'll tune out for like slightly different reasons, but it all really comes down to the fact that they want to be like the cute anime girls that they see in fucking anime, and now they can belong to a fucking community of weirdos and shit like that. You see that with like the really ugly ones. Now they're part of some fucking community where criticizing them for being weirdos is now hate speech. That's also part of it. You know what I mean? Now you can't call Peetz like a fat, disgusting retard without that being transphobia. That's a huge thing about it. Holy fuck. Oh yeah, this one.
I don't have my passport, so I can't go to Cuba.
Yeah, so like I said, with Peetz being an incompetent man-child earlier, he doesn't even have his own ID to go out and do anything. He doesn't have a driver's license. He doesn't have anything. He's just corralled through life completely. So it makes sense why the internet was just so easily able to poison his mind with this disgusting true propaganda, because he just really is a blank slate that's being pushed through life. And his every whims and desires can be completely dictated by just people like fucking speaking to him and shit like that. Damn. Fuck. Consuming all this Peetz content has really fucking destroyed my mind. Mostly through, I think I've contracted some of his own depression, seeing a man exist like this. Fuck. It is like very, very depressing. But again, like people, it's very, it does hurt. Because again, like I guess I'm that much of a fucking pussy. But whenever I see Peetz, I kind of like feel sad for him because he's like a retarded fucking child who doesn't really know any better and can't really think for himself or do anything for himself. He is just like coasting through fucking life. It's better to be chained up in a femboy's basement for a year to be Peetz than 1 week. Yeah, well, I mean, if you're a femboy chained up in the fucking basement, you can eventually escape the basement and live a normal life. But with Peetz, you'll forever be scarred, and you'll forever be some retarded puppy dog child, just fucking coasting through life. The guy's like 37 now, and like, what does he have to show for it? Like nothing really. He worked in a fucking completely caged. Old Rudy. So he worked in a call center for like 10 fucking years and shit like that. Entry level position for 10 fucking years. Never did anything with his life really. And he doesn't have the emotional maturity to really help himself from his own depression. So all he really can do is just sit in his fucking bed and just waste away. So we have a final segment here, which will really spell out the rest of Peetz lore going forward, getting noticed by the Wings community. But before we get into that, I kind of want to open it up a bit and to answer any questions that you guys might have about Peetz, because I pretty much am the Peetz whisperer. I've consumed 100 hours of fucking Peetz content. It's crazy. And it's only going to get worse from here. Most of the freakouts that you see Peetz going on are from the last, 2 fucking weeks of him, getting noticed by the Wings community. And again, because, all he does is interact with chat, it makes it really fun. And he has no jannies. Sargoy, I've seen you in Peetz's chat before. Maybe you could volunteer some of your time to help Peetz fight off these bully jerks. But no, the actual content will just be fucking people fucking with him. 10 years, he says he's too anxious to do it, but he's done it for a fucking decade. Oh my god. No, Sargoy. He said the reason why he had to quit his job in a call center was because he hated saying no to people. Fuck, I have this clip. Yeah.
Blueface, the reason I quit is because I was too stressed out at having to tell customers no. The customers themselves didn't stress me out. The problem was, middle of the pandemic, everyone was suffering. Everyone needed.
So that's like a fundamental thing that kind of everyone goes through growing up is saying no to people and shit like that. Standing up for yourself, not being a fucking bitch and just letting people roll over you and stuff like that. Peetz never learned how to do that, and it's probably because he's afraid of driving people away and having them hate him and get angry at him for shit like that. He's naturally a people pleaser. He's a complete pushover and a fucking soy boy. You know what I mean? He couldn't even say no to people in a fucking in an environment where he kind of has to and stuff like that. So that's why he had to quit the job, because he was that afraid of confrontation and shit like that. It's really depressing to see. Do we have any other Peetz questions? Ask away, don't be shy. Imagine being his parents. Well, fuck, man. I don't know what his brother's up to. Peetz has a brother, and we don't really know, what his life is like or whatever. But again, his dad fucked off to Alberta, and, he never really had him in his life. So that explains a lot of why Peetz is the way he is. It sounds like he could learn a lot from his trolls. Well, the thing is that, if he hasn't learned, If he hasn't learned that like people will fuck with him on the internet for content and to get him to sped out, like he never will. That's like the first thing you learn on the internet is that like trolls be trolling and haters be hating and shit like that. But like he never fucking learned that. He thinks like everyone is like completely sincere, and I guess that's like an autism thing. Uh, you know, but like he'll never fucking learn if he hasn't learned already. And it's only gonna get worse now that like the gauntlet of fucking wings people have been dropped down on him. How long until Peetz becomes a full out troon? Oh my god, it's gonna be terrible. He said he's in the on this trans day of visibility video, which is like 40 minutes long. Someone condensed it down to like 6 minutes, but he said he's in the process of getting hormones. Uh, and you know that'll actually the thing is though, like if you want to pass like at all, like you're gonna have to shave the beard. You know what I mean? Women don't have fucking beards, and that's the thing he'll have to do every day now. Does he have the fucking energy to even shave every single day? I don't think so. Uh, but yeah, he's gonna become a full out troon very soon, perhaps, and we'll have the pleasure of seeing Ramona in every single one of his fucking live streams going forward for now. But the thing is, now that like these wings trolls have latched onto him, you don't even need to watch the live streams because they'll do it for you and clip out all the parts where he fucking speds out and shit like that. And yet he can yell and say all sorts of messed up things. Part of the reason why he streams in the first place, Sargoy, is so he can have this platform to like socialize with people. He really doesn't have that opportunity in real life. So now he's been given this opportunity to stream in front of like 50 to like 60 people that'll like ask him whatever questions he wants, and like you know that's good enough for him. He doesn't have that outlet in real life, so now he finally has that opportunity, and you know he has the opportunity to ban people, which is really the only power and authority he's ever had in his life because he never got promoted in his job, so he could never fire people or like boss them around. He's never really had a girlfriend who he wasn't like a simp to. You know, Chantel pretty much like dictates his life. In some Chantel streams, she'll like go into his room and ask him for fucking candy, and he'll just like give it to him, give it to her, because you know he's just a bitch. He can't even safeguard his own candy for himself. It's depressing. Do an April Fool's joke, please. Fuck, man, this stream should have been a fucking April Fool's stream. I don't fucking know. Someone actually did a good April Fool's video. Ian from Forgotten Weapons reviewed a Fallout 3 gun. That was pretty funny. Another question: will Peetz ever realize he's being trolled? That's the thing, too, man. Like people like these wings trolls, which I guess we should get into them now. Like they've come to him and they're asking him like, "Hey, big ups Liquid Richard, big ups Jordy Jordan." Like they're asking him all these fucking questions about Wings of Redemption, but like he's never like even I've tried to fucking tell him like, hey, there are people rating you and like blah blah blah, you know, shit like that. But he's too fucking stupid to like realize this. So you know, fuck it. Even if you could get through to him, he'd never fucking take any of your advice and just like ignore it. Really, the best advice I could give to him was like have a topic for your streams so that if like all the wings trolls are fucking with you in chat, you can at least ignore them and talk about like Star Trek or like whatever. You know what I mean? Like he's not interesting enough to fucking do that. The 41% isn't true April Fools. Oh fuck. Again, what I think's gonna happen with his transgenderism is he's gonna take the titty skittles. He thinks he'll transform into a pretty anime girl, but it'll just never happen. The initial high he gets from putting on the dress will fade, and he'll just be left with nothing. He'll still be depressed because he didn't address the root issues of his depression, and then he will just 41%. I think that's a fucking reality, and I think the main kind of problem with Peetz's life is that he never he'll be Jay by next month. Oh god. I think the main problem with Peetz's life really is that he just took it day by day and he just coasted through it, and he never really had anything going for himself because you know he was just happy receiving dopamine, like watching YouTube videos and fucking jerking off to transgender pornography, and you can only do that for so fucking long until you wake up and you're 37 and you have like nothing in your fucking life. You have no friends really, so you're forced to just like live stream yourself to trolls in order to satiate that fucking desire. Because like, fuck, at the end of the day, negative attention is better than no attention. So I guess like he will keep streaming no matter what. Holy fuck. So I think that's, you know, that's really the best takeaway you can like get from Peetz. Is that you have to do something with your life. You have to like have like a fucking hobby. Your only hobby can't just be like consuming shit. So yeah. So due to his frequent spurgouts and freakouts, like our boy Wings, because Wings lately, he's started taking Lexi and he started like doing other things with his life. The Wings trolling has kind of died down a bit in recent memory. So the Wings Chads now need a new fucking troll to fuck with and cyberbully. Because Wings is a little bit smarter now. He knows he's being trolled and fucked with. He won't react like he used to. So, you know, but Peetz will. So during one of his live streams, like, like a familiar face has been cited in Peetz's chat. Like all of them. Like, see that? Like Wings Tings V4, Wings 007. Like, fuck. They're like, again, these Wings trolls, they fucking coordinate. Like, they coordinate their trolling attempts against this person. So all these, like, Wings people were collaborating with each other, like, talking about this Peetz guy and, like, formulating a plan to fuck with him. So, yeah, it's like during this live stream, this is before Wings announced his channel that he made. He does this here. I found a massive locale. This is great. Would you guys be down to join a new community if I started one up? Separate channel, separate Discord, etc. Let me know. This guy's crazy. So, yeah, he's talking about Peetz there. And so like this really is the genesis, the renaissance of Peetz trolling. You know, going forward, you know, this is the standard of what's going to happen. Before Wings Tings or like Wings 007 found this guy, it was just like Chantel people and a few farmers that were just like sent over from Josh's streams. But now Wings 007, oh my god. Like 24/7 gay ops, bro. Like, so the first stream that happened. So essentially, like, he makes this video. Peetz rages and has a meltdown disaster stream. Blah blah blah. You know, he makes a fucking Discord and shit like that. So now, like, and Wings 007, he has like 50,000 subscribers. It's a big channel. Just to be sure, let's see exactly how much they have. Yeah, so like, yeah, 26,000 subscribers. It's like a huge community. You know, this guy gets like 40,000 views per video, like 32,000, 52,000, 80,000. Like it's a big fucking community. So now these people have sent their ire over to fucking Peetz, and they know that he'll fucking spit out if they talk about fucking shit. You know, gay. Yeah, they know he'll fucking freak out if they talk about leftist, like, shit, all right shit, like Elon Musk, Joe Rogan, and shit like that. And, like, Peetz really isn't fucking ready for this. I went into their Discord during this, like, first initial live stream where he had just started, like, the first live stream after he got noticed by the Wings trolls, and they were like, oh god, keep the pressure up, say this, talk about trannies, talk about all this shit. Like, he's not ready for that. And he will just fucking die. He will burn up in the sun and get fucking super trolled into oblivion. It's gonna be fucking crazy. Like holy shit. So, like and everyone knows how fucked up the Wings trolls are. Like, they will try and break into this guy's bank account if he doesn't stream just to fuck with him and make content. They will, like, have a million alt accounts that, like, he can't ban fucking fast enough. You know, it's gonna be fucking crazy. And, like, he will just, like, freak out and shit like that. And he kind of has to keep streaming in some weird way because this is the only attention he gets. Is live streaming himself and, like, interacting with his chat now. But if his chat's just going to be full of, like Wings trolls, like, under alternate accounts, like, asking him questions in bad faith so he can fucking freak out, Like, it's just gonna be insane. And again, he freaks out every fucking stream. He's streamed like 3 times since being noticed by fucking Wings 007, and they've gotten 3 fucking videos out of it. But but again, like Peetz is really fucking boring, so they're only able to get like 10 minutes of footage out of like a 9-hour, like a 3-hour fucking live stream and shit like that. Holy shit. So like, yeah, poor Peetz. He's at an integral crossroad in his life where he's decided to transition and become the beautiful pizza fly that he was always destined to be. And now, while this has happened, while this critical part in his life has come, the Wings trolls are descending on him. And they will just super bully him into fucking oblivion. And it's gonna be awful. It's gonna be awful. Pray for Peetz. Pray for Peetz. But honestly, that is the best content we could possibly get out of him, because he has been spitting out a lot more now that like people are like actively fucking with him. Holy shit. But the thing about the Wings trolls, is that like Peetz is a completely different locale from Wings. Like, most of his stream really is just boring as fuck. Like, it's not like he's playing Call of Duty. It's like, or like a video game or like whatsoever. He really just is sitting there in his fucking room, like just interrupting his thought process to talk about like retarded inane shit that no one cares about. So like a lot of these like Peetz trolls will just get fucking bored and like move on and shit like that. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But yeah, I don't know. That's fucking Peetz, man. That's Peetz. He really just exists as some like retarded leftist specimen for people to fucking mock and shit like that. And as a cautionary tale for all you out there, that you should not be a fucking consumer. I don't know where I'm going with this. Is there any more super chats to bang out? No. Ugh. I don't know. That's the Peetz stream. There's a lot to go over, but like a lot of it's like really fucking boring. That video I made really does him justice as to all the fucking good parts of a Peetz stream. We'll have to see if he ends up getting his own trolling arcs. Soon he'll 41% less he suffers. Fuck, I don't know. I think he's too much of a pussy to kill himself. We'll have to see where this trolling goes. Because I don't know, like, I don't know what else I can really say about Peetz. I might make like a Godwinson style Jahan's video about like his entire life once like this trolling actually goes somewhere. But that's really like, we'll just have to see where that goes, because again, he might just like end up quitting and like 41%ing. I don't know if there's ever going to be like any trolling arc. Like, these Wings trolls can get pretty creative, and like they might like pretend to be like his girlfriend. He does have like a date. He was like looking for love on Tinder and shit like that. So we'll have to see where this goes. This could be pretty entertaining. So invest in Peetz coin and shit like that. But I don't know what else I could fucking say about him that hasn't really been, that can't really be discerned from these videos. You can just like watch about him like freaking out. That's really all there is to his life. He isn't really as interesting as Chris Chan or like a fucking Wings troll or whatever. Let's hope the troll arc goes somewhere. Peetz is hilarious. Yeah, fuck, man. Yeah, it's hard being a Peetz enjoyer. It's hard being a Peetz enjoyer. I think what we're mostly going to get out of him is just clips of him fucking freaking out and shit like that. Like, you really have to edit a video together, which I'll probably do eventually. But I don't know, I just intended this to be a stream, an intro stream, to go over the deep lore of Peetz. And any of you people who might want to get interested into Peetz now know the lore behind him and can really just dive in. You don't have to go in blind anymore. You kind of know what Peetz is all about now. So fuck, I think I'm gonna end it here now. I'll talk to you guys later. I have more videos lined up. I've been working on another documentary about another fat retard on the internet. So look forward to that. And Godspeed, people.